Hello everybody, President Fro here, and today we're going to take you through the walkthrough of how to pull off the easiest casino heist in history. Stumbled across this one on our own the other day with another crew member, so I figured I'd make a video using my own casino heist. And we're going to show you some of the ways to do this the easiest way possible. We're going to start this right here in the setup. We're going to walk you through and show you how we did this. You want to do this on the big con, and when you do the entry outfits, use the group sex. I know that sounds so weird, but it's cool as hell. It'll take you through the security tunnel, and as we go through the video, you'll see how this is done. It's just awesome. We like to try to use the noose outfits on the exit. That way you can walk out looking like all the noose agents that are surrounding the place. They pay you no never mind. And we'll get to that point. I like to use the waste disposal because it's normally on ground level and it's closest to any escape routes and furthest away from any bullets. You always want to go with a high level buyer because that gives you the most out of the heist. You know, it's easy to get away from the cops at the end of the heist actually, so always go with a high level. I like to go with the extra gunman and the decoy because it does take some of the cop heat off of you and allows you to get away a lot easier. So you guys want to, it's up to you if you want to try that or not. Joining me on the heist here was the Queen. I tried to get her to join me on the commentating, but she's a little shy on this type of stuff, and I understand that completely. It's cool, but she's the one who's helping me in the gameplay here, and we'll walk through how we work together on that one. So I'm using a little background music. It's a low level. It's all from the SHAREfactory. This is all done from the SHAREfactory, by the way. This is an amazing program. I love it. And I'm using this music just as sheer background music to try and tie it up some of the time in other areas where I might tend to go quiet watching the videos and everything like that. These things, I gotta admit, we made a really good run on this. This is a good payout. We're doing this during the time right now. The heist is paying out an extra 25%, and the support groups like Lester's cut, all your hacking team and everything, their cut in half. So normally what would cost you close to $700,000 is now only like just shy of just a little over $300,000. So as you can see, we've got the group sex van, giggity, and we jump in it. We're gonna head off to the casino here. It's not much group sex when there's only two of us, but hey, why not? These vans are kind of cool looking. I might just purchase one because I like the gray and black look on it and everything. I've sped up the video on some of these places like you can see here, and that way it's real quick in here and there in the boring parts where you're walking or running or something like that. So we try to get through the video just a little bit faster, because when I first clipped the video it was like 28 minutes long, and I'm like, oh my god, I am not putting all of that on there. So we tried to shorten it down as much as possible without eliminating stuff, and I don't like eliminating stuff because then it looks like the video could be altered and multiple different tries used, and I wanted to make sure everyone knew that this was on a single run through. So as you can see, as we approach the casino, it goes into a cutscene right here, and you just go flying like a bat out of hell through this little garage. I mean, this tightest little space possible. The truck barely fits, but the dude two wheels it just perfectly in there. And it doesn't make a difference if I'm driving, whoever's driving. So, but here's the tunnel. This tunnel is so cool. I mean, we got in here and I was absolutely amazed the first time we were in here. I was like, this looks like some shit out of like the military. I don't apologize. I'm drinking a Mountain Dew over here, so I got a little bit of burps. So, but as long as you don't do anything weird, don't run, don't sprint or anything weird, bump into people, pull guns. Most of the guards here, they'll completely ignore you because they think you're supposed to be here. So this is just what makes it awesome. You get to drive right into the basement parking section of the casino. And pull up here, we park the truck. You can probably drive it in forward. I like to do things a little weird because I'm a weird kind of guy. So I like to back it in there, back the ass up a little bit for people. And you get out of the truck. I like to play in first person, so I apologize to anybody that gets motion sickness from watching this video, but there's not much I can do about it. Make sure, okay, that right there, I got to express this. We did the heist with a friend of mine a few weeks ago, and he only had a level 1 key pass. I have to implore, get the level 2 key pass, please. It is an absolute must. Trying to get through this on a level 1 is nearly impossible. So, level 2 key pass, extremely important. I switched to third person for this because it's tendently better to walk through here. When you're in first person, you're kind of stuck in, the jog mode. So I like to go to third person, do the walkthrough here through the casino and everything. Like I said, they pretty much ignore you as long as you don't stand still too long or bump into them. A few of them will talk to you like they know you, you know, so just ignore them and keep on going. These key passes here, relatively easy, especially if you're working with a couple of people. As long as you got mics to communicate with each other, it makes things so much easier. Me, it's a little easier when Queen here is doing it with me, because in real life she is my real life wife, and our gaming setups are set less than 5 feet away from each other, so we literally sit right next to each other when we're gaming. So we're able to talk without the use of mics, so it makes it real easy. Footage looks a little funny because I've sped it up again, you know. It's a long walk down this thing, and we'll talk about the glitching in it here in a minute. But like you see here, guard at the gate, and he sits there and he talks to you, and he's not even concerned at all, nothing. He's even nice enough to open the vault door for you. I mean, seriously, if there was any other easier way to get into this vault, it's this. And then you walk in, plain and stay, no one knows the wiser, and you've got your full 3.5 minutes. Now, me and the Queen worked a pretty good orchestrated deal here. I informed her to go for the open paintings that were available already. I went for hacking the doors. As she's, you know, cutting the paintings, because I should have mentioned that earlier that we were going for the artwork, but there it is. As she went for the paintings and everything like that, I started opening doors. I'm pretty quick about this. I've done a lot of the fingerprint scanning on practice. I've got a few of them memorized, but for the most part, the rest of them I can pretty much sight in pretty quickly. Doesn't take me more than, you know, 8 to 12 seconds normally to hack one of these. So I get the door open, but I don't go for the painting. I move right on to the next door. I let her sit and collect the paintings. It also works at an advantage on the way out, because if one person's not carrying anything, they can stand in front and take all the bullet fire, while everybody carrying anything, the duffel bags, you know, stays back and protects your loot. So once again, hitting these, and as I'm hitting them, as you can see on the mini-map, there are letters on each location. If you played this, then you already know that. But as I'm doing this, opening these doors, I'm informing the Queen this letter is available next for you when you're done with the one you're working on. And as soon as I'm done hacking the door, I move right on to the next door. I mean, this worked out so perfectly. And we timed it nicely because they're doing that bonus with it right now. Here I just needed to make sure there was nothing else in here. Quick little look around and back out looking for the next door again. Queen's almost done with her paintings over there. She'll be moving on, getting the ones over there. And the paintings are cool. I've gotten the cash in the paintings. I'm hoping to get the gold soon on my other setup again. I just set it up again to do the aggressive, the third and final one. And I got artwork again, which is cool. This one was actually kind of fun. If I know it won't go anything like this, but we'll give it our best shot. Maybe I'll take 3 people on that and try that one on hard and see what happens. So, but yeah, I got one more door to open, and you got a couple of paintings in here. That one over there, this one here, and like I said, that's the last of them. There's only 2 left, and we're sitting at 2.1 million right now with the 25% bonus. So quick scan through the fingerprint scanner once again, you know. And this is the weird, because they moved them around, but this is the same one as the first one that I had. The very first fingerprint scanner I had was this exact same one. All they did was move the locations of the choices around. So it made it rather easy and rather quick for me to be able to get in. So down to 45 seconds, you know, getting into crunch time and everything. And if you haven't done it before, if you can get out of the vault, if you're in the vault undetected, if you can get out of the vault back to the door scanners with at least 20 seconds left on the clock, you can get out undetected. That's when the cameras don't see you. But most of you already know that, but in case you didn't, now you do. So we're getting down to crunch. We're sitting there 24, 23, you know, and everything. Now I got to get my ass out of here. Yeah, I think it's like, maybe it's 15 seconds or 10 seconds left on it. I'm not sure exactly, but, you know, then you get to the end and you do the whole thing over again, your little card swipes. I don't know how many of you have noticed this going through the man trap, but it makes a lot of people nervous because the system gets real glitchy about halfway through. The mini-map, people will start disappearing like that, fading in and out, you know, and all that. It's completely normal, ignore it. I think it's got something to do with the change in map locations. So, because you know how these are all built under the mapping of the actual game itself and random locations throughout the GTA world. So once again, you just play it cool, walk through here, don't let anybody know what you're doing, and everything's cool. We're walking out of the vault now with just shy of 3 million, sitting on 2.937. So, you know, for two people, we're not doing too bad here. So forget the elevator, because by the time you get to the top, the vault, they'll already have discovered what you've done in the vault, and that's the last thing you want is opening the door to a guard standing right there. So we like to take the stairs on the escape, because typically about halfway up, you'll see here in a second, the mini-map's going to go red and blue like you got a wanted level right there. Now they're alerted to what's going on. We ended up standing here a bit longer than I wanted to, but what I was doing is I was watching the mini-map, and I was tracking and memorizing the guards' walk patterns and their locations and where they stop and turn around. I like to do this, you know, especially if all we have to do is get to those two outfits over there on the top of the mini-map. We change into those, and then we can walk out, and then they'll think we're news agents. So we're waiting for that guard. Once that guard leaves, there's one on the outside over here. That if you neutralize them from behind and they don't see you there, it works good. Unfortunately, that asshole turned around on me unexpectedly, and here I'm trying to get into my weapons wheel, and it would not let me into my weapons wheel, so I just decided to headbutt the damn dude. And then it let me in my weapons wheel. I'm pretty sure a few of you have experienced a few glitches like that. I've had instances where it hasn't let me into my inventory menu, you know. There's a few bugs left in this. They're working it out, but for the most part, it's playable. It's a lot more playable now than it was a couple weeks ago. I won't lie, when it first came out, it was buggy as hell. So, but as long as you can avoid taking too much hits, you know, and everything like that, you can keep your money up. The queen, she's taken most of the loot. She's got all the paintings. I've only got one. So in this type of situation, we kind of have her hang back a little bit and keep protected to where she don't take any bullet damage, we don't lose any money. So here I'm patiently waiting just for that dude to stand up so I can get him in the face. So we're just working our way out slowly here, you know, and kind of sucks we got detected, but hey, nothing ever works out perfectly every time, so you got to adapt. So here I'm trying to figure out and get my lineup on the next shot I'm going to take, because I know there's a couple of guys just outside here. And that damn door's in my way, so I couldn't quite get my positioning until I got to where the door was shut. So here the queen's going to help me out and cover me a little bit, because there are a few that come through here and whatnot. And she's a really good shot, don't mistake that. So, but we're just trying to keep her protected because she's carrying most of the moolah. You want that money. You want to get out of there with that money. So, knowing if you guys are around the corner here, you know, I play really hardcore by the mini-map. I almost completely navigate by the mini-map alone. So, you know, when you see me doing weird shit like that, it's because I'm not looking at the screen, I'm looking at the mini-map. So here we are, just a few guards neutralized real quick, easy, and we're taking the waste disposal out the door. You know, I took a few bullet hits, but we've only lost at this point less than $13,000, and that's all we'll manage to lose throughout the rest of it. This worked out so nicely. Now, upon leaving the casino, when you get into the getaway cars, if you've been discovered, you know this can be kind of challenging depending on where they put the getaway cars. If you haven't been discovered, then you just got to walk away nonchalantly and hope to God you don't tip anybody off. This instance, it didn't work that way. There's a little bit of a longer loading screen here, so we just got to bear with it for a minute. But then you got the news agents coming in, you know, and they're doing their police thing. Too bad they're not trained well enough. Upon leaving the waste disposal, like I said, I love this one because it's most guarded from all directions. Now, they put our bikes way over by the Lost building on the other side of the street, and we weren't going for those because there's way too many cops in that direction. So this is where we improvise. This little cranny right here, if your cars ever get parked down at the end of the stables down there, remember this little cranny here. You will take no bullet damage running through here from the other cops. It's completely protected. But since our getaway cars aren't here, we decided to take one of these instead. And makes it, the escape relatively simple, because even at this point they have no clue where we are, they don't know what's going on, they have no sight on the vehicle we've in, and then I boo-boo by not giving it enough oomph. But like I said, we're alright, no one knows where we are, so I just take another shot at it, and this time we get her up and over. Kind of embarrassing, you know, it's like, oh, you're supposed to be professional. Well, not all the time. And then we do the fast play, because this is a really long drive, and all of you know about the long drive at the end of it, you know, trying to get away. Unless you're one of the ones that uses the helicopter glitch, spawn glitch, to do this, which I have to say is kind of a weak maneuver in my book. I mean, I guess if you want to do it the ultimate easy way, that's entirely up to you. But supposedly they have patched that glitch. Supposedly. They did say they patched the gold glitch. There used to be a glitch to where if you got the gold, if you empty the tray and leave at least 1 bar of gold left on the tray, the whole tray would refill as soon as you quit the action. And then you could just pick it off again. They said they've patched that. I haven't got the gold yet, so I don't know. Buddy of mine's got the gold. He's getting ready to go do it, so I don't know if he's going to attempt to try the glitch or not. I don't like doing that type of stuff, you know. It's seems like kind of a weenie way to do it. I mean, if you're that hard up for the money, just play the game or buy a couple of shark cards, man. Because you know how Rockstar is when they catch you doing them glitch money. Like they did with the Gillespie glitch. They won't just take a little, they'll take it all. And this is kind of my favorite escape route through here, is, you know, because all the buyers are normally up in Paleto Bay, and one of the easiest ways to lose the police attention is by using the railroad tracks to get away. So that's what I do here, because the tunnels keep you hidden from overhead helicopters, and there's no other adjacent roads for normal police cars to see you. So we just step on the pedal and haul ass. Be careful if you choose this route, because if anybody put those bridge barriers right there, you know how devastating that can actually be. I could have kept going here, but we're not going for the Elite Challenge or anything, so we decided just to sit back and wait till the wanted bar was gone, and then we wouldn't have to worry about, you know, the happenstance of accidentally getting seen upon entering Paleto Bay, because you come into town right next to a police station, so better to get rid of the wanted bar first. And just continuing on the long drive, because at this point it's butter, you know, there ain't nothing to worry about. There's no risk involved. All you have to do is get there. That's all there is. Damn free in my way. I normally take an exit a little bit earlier than that. There's no nice little down path about 100 feet earlier, but I was talking with the queen and wasn't quite paying attention to exactly where I was going anyways. So we're just going to drive through this dude's field because it's nice and soft. This car's getting kind of beat up anyways. And we go through the army base, or army training grounds I should say. At least on this delivery, and then poof, there you go. Mission delivered. Now this is one of the coolest parts. I love watching this part, just the numbers are just amazing. I couldn't have been happier with the both of the way we pulled this off. And I know some of you may say, oh, that's easy. That's fine, dude. We were tickled pink with this. So in the politest terms of all, if y'all gonna hate, y'all can go fuck yourself. We got 2.9 after their cut, 2.5. And then that translates to 1.27 per player. That was awesome. I mean, $1.25 million per player on a payout. That's how you get paid from these heists, man. You want to make money, this casino heist is the way to make money. You can make a lot of money because the setups are quick and easy to do. You can do them from invite-only lobbies and everything like that. So check that stuff out, man. If you guys check this video out, thank you a lot. Hit that like and subscribe if you choose to. Keep up with us all week on Hot Wheels Wednesday, man. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm President Pro saying, family don't start with blood and hunters never die.